Hello there everyone, Vasu Garg here. Today in this video, we are going to see how to do flower classification on Android application. Okay, but let's first talk about these and then we will move forward. First one, why TensorFlow framework named as a TensorFlow. Second, what is a tensor? And third one is what is buffer. We will look at all these one by one. So, why TensorFlow framework named as a TensorFlow? As its name suggests, tensor and flow. It is named TensorFlow because the tensor goes in it as an input and flows through a list of operations, which is also known as a graph. Okay, and then it comes out the other side as an output. So basically, this is the architecture of the TensorFlow. Yes, because it take input as a tensor and then this tensor goes to the graph and then it comes out as a output. Okay, what is a tensor? A tensor is a vector or a matrix of n dimensions that represent all types of data. Okay, let's assume this is a vector A. Okay, and to get from the base of the vector to the tip of the vector, how far do I need to go in the x direction and how far do I need to go in the y direction? Let's assume I need to go 4 units in the x direction and 3 units in the y direction. And if I assume x direction as a I cap and y direction as a j cap, then I can say I need to go 4i units in the x direction and 3i units in the y direction. Then instead of drawing this arrow for this vector to represent this vector, what I can do, I can represent it like this. Okay, 4i cap plus 3j cap plus 0j cap. Okay, this is the representation of this vector A. And if I stack them up, like the components of this vector, this vector has 3 components, 4, 3 and 0, and all these components are associated with one direction. Okay, this component is associated with I direction, this is with j direction, and this is with k direction. Okay, and if we stack them up, then it will become a column vector, 4, 3 and 0. Okay, this is a column vector. Okay, now let's see, if look at this diagram on the left hand side. This is ax, ay, az. This is the component A which is associated with x direction, a of x which pertains to direction x, a of y which pertains to direction y, a of az which pertains to direction z. Okay, and we can say that this is a tensor of rank 1 because in this representation, this component is only associated with one direction, one indices. Okay, this is the tensor of rank 1. And if this is of xx, is of xy, is of xz, in this presentation, this is associated, in this one component is associated with 2 directions. Okay, as you can see that this component is associated with 2 directions, x and x. This component A is associated with direction x and y. So this type of representation is known as a tensor of rank 2. Okay, and we can also have a tensor of rank 3 in which a single component is associated with 3 directions or 3 indices. You can consider an example of tensor of rank 3 as an image. We can if you have done programming in Python, then you will represent your image, like your image have a dimension 30 by 30 by 3. Then it will and if we represent this image into a array, then it will become a tensor of rank 3. Okay, now what is a buffer? In computer science, a data buffer or just a buffer is a region of physical memory storage used to temporarily store the data while it is being moved from one place to another. Okay, this is simple, you can understand it. And why I'm telling you this, because I have used this in coding part, so you should understand it better, what is buffer and what is sensor. Next, this is the uh, this is our flow. First of all, we will train our model using Firebase flower classification model. Then we will create a new project on Android Studio. Then we will add TF-Lite file to the project. Then we will add dependencies in the build.gradle app module. Then we will initialize TensorFlow Lite interpreter. Then the most important point is the sixth, converting image to required input format. This is the main challenging task while deploying your ML projects to Android application. You need to convert your data to the required format of model. Okay. Seventh one is run inference with TF-Lite, and eighth one run the application. So let's train our model using Firebase. So first of all, go to Firebase console and then open your project and then click here on MLKit and then go to AutoML and click on add dataset. Okay, add dataset. Give it a name like flower. Okay, and we will do multiple classification, like we are going to do flower classification. Okay, create. So we can import the data here, like here's a TensorFlow official flower image example dataset. You can download it. Okay, so I already have that one. Let's import it. Let's see, first of all, see, it requires a zip file which has this kind of architecture. Okay, like images.zip, then cat, like a name of a label, and then images inside that label. Okay, like cat. So inside this folder we have a images of cat, then we have a folder, and in this folder we have a images of dog. Okay, so I already have one dataset for flower classification, and here it is, images, and we have 5 folders here: roses, daisies, sunflowers, and we. Okay, so select this images.zip. So it will import your dataset, and second step is to label images. It will label these images automatically, or you have to label if your dataset has some new objects. Okay, then train a model, and in the end, after the training, it will provide you a TF-Lite file with its labels in the txt file. Okay, so for now I already have that one. Here it is. So you will get the output like this: model.tflite and dict.txt. Okay, so now our last step is to deploy this machine learning model to the Android application. So let's see how to do it. So guys, let's first visualize our TF-Lite model. Okay, like what are its property, its input shape and data type, and output shape and data type. So there is one project on GitHub which is a Natron. So select your TF-Lite file. Okay, so here you can see here is our input image. Okay, which is of shape 1 by 224 by 224 by 3. Okay, and there is a number of convolutional layers, and this is so long. So let's see its property. So here are its input and output properties. Here is our input shape and output shape. Okay, so we have 5 classes, so that's why it has a 1 by 5 shape, and input shape is 1 by 224 by 224 by 3. Okay, So let's come to the Android Studio. Okay, I have created one project, new project, and first of all what you have to do, create an assets folder. Create on the right click on the app, new, and then folder, then select assets folder. This will create this new assets folder. Then what you have to do, you have to copy paste, you have to copy your model.tflight file and dig.txt and paste here. Okay, after this what you have to do, you have to add dependencies in your build.gradle app module file. Okay, add these three dependencies to your file module, and also add this no compress option. Why do we need this option? Because what Android Studio does, it will compress the TF-Lite file when loading into Studio, but we don't want it to compress because it will not work. Okay, after this sync your project, and when your project is successfully synced, then give your application a basic UI. I have given a basic UI to my application, like there is one text view where I will print the result, and one image view where we will be having our image, and one button on which user will click, and our application will classify in what is inside the image. Okay, then open the Java file. We have only one Java file in this project. This is a very simple project. Okay, so first of all, create this instance interpreter TF-Lite and initialize your interpreter. Okay, inside the onCreate function. So here I am initializing my interpreter. TF-Lite equals to new interpreter load model file. This load model file is a function which will load our TF-Lite model as a into a memory as a byte buffer. Okay, so let's look at the definition of this load model file function. Here it is. Okay, so here we have open the model.tflight file, and this function will return this model as a mapped byte buffer. Okay, so now our model is loaded into the memory, and our interpreter is also initialized. Okay, we have to put try and catch block here because there can be a IO exception. Okay, I have created this instance of image view, button and text view and initialize them. Okay, here, and then I have set a click listener on the image view where by clicking on the image view user can select an image. Okay, user can select an image. Okay, and I have also set one click listener on the classify on the button. This is my button. This is the code. What this code will be executed when user click on the classify button. And what does this code will do? Okay, here let's understand. This code is these 4 lines are trying to get the shape of the model, okay, and the data type of the model input. So as you can see, get input tensor, it will get the input tensor from the model. Okay, by using the interpreter we are trying to get the input tensor, and then its shape. Okay, it will return its shape, then we will get the height and the weight of the input shape, and then we are trying to get the model image data type by using the interpreter also same. Okay, and we will do the same for output. We will trying to get the shape and the data type of output, and then here input image buffer, we have created a input image buffer is of tensor image type, and we will initialize our tensor image with the image data type. Image data type we have seen here. Okay, This is the data type of the image which model requires, and we will creating a buffer and initializing its data type with get data type. Okay, then these two lines are for output. Okay, we have created a probability processor which will process our probabilities when we will get the output. Okay, and creating an output buffer. Then here, this is the main line. We are converting our bitmap into a tensor image. Okay, and putting it into the buffer. Okay, this is our tensor image buffer. Okay, then load image function will convert our bitmap into a tensor image. Let's look at the definition of this load image. Here is the definition of this load image function. This will load the image and process, and our image processor is here supported by the TF Lite. Okay, this image processor will process our image and resize it with the required size and return as a tensor image. Okay, tensor image. This is the function which will convert our bitmap into a tensor image. Okay, then we have our input ready for the model. Okay, and also output. Then we can do inference. This is the line. Okay, tflite.run, and then input image buffer.get buffer and output probability buffer.get buffer.rewind. Okay, here we run the inference on the model, and then we call the function show result. Let's see the definition of this function show result. Okay, here's the definition of function show result. First of all, we are reading the labels from dig.txt. Okay, and what does this function is mainly doing? We are trying to get the information which in the from the output probability buffer and mapping this information with the string and float. Like on the string part we have a label, and in the float part we have a probability of that label. Okay, so when this show result function is called, what it will do, it will map the probabilities of all the labels for that image. Okay, so after this we will be having our probabilities in the labeled probability. Okay, and after this what we are doing, we are finding the maximum probability in this labeled probability. And once we have the labeled probability, maximum labeled probability, then what we are doing, we are getting the key of that probability. Like we have a probability 0.7 for sunflower label. Then by this we are setting a text view dot set text entry dot get key. When this is matched with the value which is highest, then it will print its label, and then closing our interpreter. This is the simplest code you will find on the internet for doing the flower classification or any image classification on the Android application. What you have to do, just replace your assets. Like if you have a mobile net image classification model, replace your model TF Lite here and then labels here. This code remains same and it will do the image classification without any error. Okay, so let's run this, and I have also provided the link to this repository on GitHub. You can check it out. I have put this project on the GitHub. So here, let's run this project. Select, click below to select an image. Okay. Let's select this image, rose, classify. This is a roses. Okay, and